Hi to everyone, welcome back to another video session on theory of consumer behavior and demand analysis. See, in last class we were under discussion of the topic called, of the same chapter, topic called shifts in demand curve, where we have taken the first initial law of demand. In that law of demand we have come across with the different types of goods and we enter to the shifts under a demand curve. Okay, and today we'll discuss about the new topic. Before going to the new topic, I just want to raise one question. Is it all goods and the prices and the demand for those goods, is it same or different? Obviously answer will come different, because in society we come across with the wood items, metal items, okay, so plastic items, mobile, electronic, gadgets, many things are there. Subject to condition, the prices are different, the quantities are different, obviously the demand for those goods is also different. In connection with that thing, so we are going to discuss about that thing which is technically termed as elasticity of demand. So today we will discuss about elasticity of demand. Okay. So before leading to the elasticity of demand, so far better you understand the word called elasticity or elastic. Elasticity or elastic stands due to one or another force. If there is any change, then that is called elastic. Okay. So when we come across the law of demand, so if a price increases, demand fall. If a price fall, demand increases. If other things remain constant. What are the other things? We have taken four important elements under the law of demand. P, PR, Y, T. Okay. Among that, if price increases, demand will fall. If price fall, demand increases. If other things remain constant, that may be the price of related good, including an income of a consumer, taste and preferences, guarantee, warranty, whatever. And it means that demand is the dependent variable. It is influenced by many factors. That may be the price, that may be the price of related good, that may be the income, that may be the taste and preferences, and any of it. Either guarantee, warranty, brand, recognition, color, taste, group, reference, whatever you take it. Now those factors will influence to change the demand for commodity, either to increase or decrease. And that the thing is called elasticity. So elasticity of demand is a percentage change in demand or a proportionate change in demand. Then that is called elasticity of demand. If that elasticity of demand, if it is affected by price, then that is called price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand. Once again, price elasticity of demand refers to. So there are the three elastic demands are there. First one is called price elastic. Second one is called income elastic. Third one is called cross elastic. How many elasticity of demand are there? Three are there. First one is called price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand. So in your syllabus, they have highlighted price elasticity of demand. So we will discuss about price elasticity of demand. So let's back to the word called. First one, elasticity of demand means a percentage change in the demand due to any of the determinant, when other determinants remaining constant. Okay. Then elasticity of demand refers to proportionate change. Change in quantity demanded due to any one determinant when other determinants remaining constant. It means if a demand is influenced by any of the one determinant, when other determinants remaining constant, then the proportionate change in the demand is called elasticity of demand. Then that can be abbreviated as E of D. Okay, elasticity of demand is influenced by any of the one determinant. When other determinants remaining constant, then that is called elasticity of demand. If it is influenced by only by price, if it is influenced by only by price, then that is called price elasticity of demand. If it is influenced by price, then that is called price elasticity of demand. If it is influenced by income, then that is called income elasticity of demand. If it is influenced by the substitute or complement to the cross effects of the goods, then that is called cross elasticity of demand. So we will discuss about the first one today is about the price elasticity of demand. So price elasticity of demand refers to, so you can make a sentence now. Price elasticity of refers to if our demand changes due to changes in the price. If our demand changes due to changes in the price, then that is called price elasticity of demand. Okay, then the price elasticity of demand can be expressed as like this: PED, price elasticity of demand. Then there is one formula is there, general formula as well as a linear formula is there. That the thing will discuss on the mathematical expression of it. Okay, so price elasticity of demand refers to percentage change in price leads to percentage change in price leads to percentage change in demand. When other determinants remaining constant, then that is called price elasticity of demand. And the formula is very simple. So PED equals to percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price. Symbolically, it can be expressed as PED equals to, there are n number of formulas are there to identify the PED. PED stands price elasticity of demand equals to, so delta Q by delta P into P by Q. So here price elasticity of formula, this is guaranteed for 2 mark question. So PED, so bring down the similar, this one simple formula of calculating PED, then you can bring it down this formula, and the formula is very simple: delta Q by delta P into P by Q. Here the delta Q means a percentage change in quantity. So when the quantity got changed due to changes in the price, either it may increase or decrease. Then percentage change in quantity, percentage change in price, then initial price, starting price and starting quantity. So you can go through this formula. From that formula, you can understand linear changes in the price elasticity of demand. But price elasticity of demand is again classified into 5 types are there. How many types are there? 5 types are there. So there are all the 5 types of elasticity. We can either bring it down in the same diagram, or else we can bring it down in some other 5 different diagrams. So before leading to those 5 diagrams, let's have a discussion on all the 5 elasticity of demand. Then we can directly enter into the graphical representation of it. So price elasticity of demand is classified into 5 types are there. And those 5 types, coming to the first one, perfectly elastic demand. Okay, so perfectly inelastic demand, inelastic. Okay, third one, more elastic demand, more elastic demand. Okay, less elastic demand. And the fifth one, unitary or equal elastic demand. Okay, so coming to the first one, perfectly elastic demand. What is it? It says simple: whatever the changes in the price or small change in the price, demand will be unlimited for certain goods. then that is called perfectly elastic demand, like this. So in the law of demand, we have taken on x-axis and on y-axis. In x-axis, we used to represent quantity demanded. On y-axis, we used to represent the price. Okay. For a particular price, there is a particular demand. A small change or zero change or no change in the price, but demand will be continually so elastic, which is horizontal to x-axis. Then that is called perfectly elastic demand. For example, in case of a gold, assume gold rate for a 10 grams of 22 or 24 carats gold is 50,000. Okay. Even the price for 10 grams of gold, if it fallen by 1,000, the demand will be the same. Even if it increases, it increases by 2,000, the demand will be same, because due to the availability of the gold, and as it known as a precious one of the luxury item in the society, so either price decrease or remains same, demand will be unlimited for it. Then that kind of a good is called perfectly elastic demand, where the demand is in infinite level. Demand is a infinite level, which is horizontal to which axis? X axis. Are we clear? So coming to the second one, perfectly inelastic demand. But before going to the perfectly inelastic demand, once again I just want to clarify perfectly elastic demand. Okay. Do you remember the law of demand? Inverse relation. If price increases, demand fall. If a price fall, demand increases. If other things remain constant. But here, either if a price increase or decrease or remains the same, the things will unlimited in case of demand. Then that is called perfectly elastic demand. Now coming to the second one. Okay, second one is about perfectly inelastic demand. Inelastic, it means whatever the changes in the price, demand for a commodity remains the same. Okay, then that is called perfectly inelastic. It means there is no change in the demand for a commodity. Coming to it, for example, we can express the same thing under graphical representation. On x-axis, so we have a measured quantity demanded. On y-axis, we have taken a price. Coming to the second one of perfectly inelastic. Let's take an example called this is a price. Okay, if a price increase or if a price decrease, either the price may increase to P2 or decrease to P1, but demand for certain commodity will be same. Then the price elasticity of demand becomes zero. There is no change. Then that is called perfectly inelastic demand. In case of certain goods where there is no availability of substitutes, for example salt, okay, namak, uppo, clear? So in the market, price of a salt 10 rupee per kilo, assume 10 rupee per kilo, okay. If it increases by 20 rupee, the consumption of salt will be same. Even if it falls to 1 rupee per kilo, 1 rupee per kilo, it doesn't mean that you will eat 24 hours the same quantity of salt. You use the same. Okay. So for example, market में समझो कि 10 रुपए है 1 किलो का सॉल्ट, हो गया नमक, तभी तुम्हें कंजम्पशन वही कर रहे थे. अगर वो 10 रुपए की जगह डबल हो गया, 2 पट्टू जास्त आए तो 20 रुपए आए तो then also you use same quantity on your daily consumption. What if a salt has been, the price has drastically downturned, सिका पटे कड़ी में आए थे, एकदम कम हो गया, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು 1 ರೂಪಾಯಿ or 2 ರೂಪಾಯಿ per kilo ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಂತೇಳಿ 24 hours ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ನಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು, ಮನೇಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ತುಂಬಿಸಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಿತ್ತಂದಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್ will remains the same, will remains unchanged. Then that is called inelastic. So either price increase or decrease, but the quantity demanded will not change, neither increases nor decreases, it remains the same. Then that is called perfectly inelastic, where which is horizontal to which axis? Y-axis. Then that is called perfectly inelastic demand. Now coming to the third one, more elastic demand or relatively so elastic demand. Coming to the third one, that is called more elastic demand. More elastic demand refers to a percentage change in price will lead more percentage change in the quantity demanded. Then that kind of a demand is called as a more elastic demand. Like this. Assume you have taken same thing on x and y axis, and we have got price and we have got quantity demand. Okay. For a particular price, there is a particular quantity of demand. Okay. If price decreases by this much, from this P level to P1, the price has been fallen. But demand for commodity will increases more than the percentage change in the price, where the demand curve will be a bit flatter on x-axis like this. So here the percentage change is greater than 1. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ percentage change in price, quantity ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು more elastic demand where it is more than 1. For example, 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿಂದ 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದರೆ ನೀನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 kg ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5ರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸಲ 20-25 kg ನೀನು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ ಏನೇ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ನ, ಅದನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಮೋರ್ ಎಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಮೊದಲು ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ರೇಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆವೆಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಹೌದಾ? ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆನಿಯನ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಟೇಕ್, ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. All of a sudden the price has come down due to one or another factor. The price has come down from 30 rupee to 10 rupee. Okay, when the 30 rupee is there, you used to consume some 3 kilo or 4 kilo on your family consumption is concerned. Okay, but when the price has been come down from 30 rupee to 10 rupee, the 20 rupee has been come down. But before you used to consume some 4 kilo and you may buy more than 8 kilo now. Okay, so it will be more than 8 or 9 kilos you may buy, because prices may vary. When the price has come down, consumption will be more than what the actual price has come down. Then that is called more elastic demand, where the percentage change in the demand is greater than 1. PED is greater than 1. Then the reverse of it is called a less elastic demand. So coming to the fourth one, less elastic demand. So this also might happen in case of vegetables too. When the price decreases, more percentage change we can observe in quantity demand. Sometimes when the price will get changed, then the demand will get changed accordingly, but not much in certain goods. Okay, so on y-axis you take price. Coming to the fourth diagram, okay, and here for quantity demand. In coming to the point, okay, assume for a particular price there a particular demand is there. Okay, so price has come down drastically, but percentage change in a quantity demanded has increased only the some level. Then that kind of a change is called so perfectly inelastic demand, where PED is less than 1. Sometimes it happens in case of vegetables like tomatoes and all. Okay, all the foods doesn't have the same nature. Okay, even though price has been come down in the market, but consumption will not increase as decreases the price. Then that is called less elastic demand. For example, flowers or tomatoes you take in local market is concerned. When the price per kilo of tomato is assumed some 10 rupee, okay, assume as a 10 rupee, but has been come down from 10 rupee to 5 rupee. It doesn't mean that you're going to buy under hundreds of kilos. You'll buy a little bit. Okay, then that little bit change is not actual change what has happened in the price. Now that is called less elastic demand, where the percentage change in price is greater than the percentage change in the quantity demanded. Then this is called less elastic demand, where the demand curve will stick to which axis? X-axis. Direct target demand. Hada? So idenne anta karthivi ನಾವು less elastic demand. Coming to the fifth one. So fifth one is about more elastic demand. So let's focus on the this one. Fifth one, sorry, unitary elastic demand. So fifth one. Unitary elastic means whatever the percentage change in price, if it brings the same percentage change in the quantity demanded, then that is called unitary or equal elastic demand. So like this. Okay, So here we have taken price and here we have taken quantity demand. So here for a particular price there is a particular quantity demanded. Okay. So all of a sudden if a price decreases by this much, the same percentage will increase in the quantity demanded. Whatever the percentage change in price has occurred, the same percentage change in quantity demand will appear. In case that is when we can express as PV is equals to 1, then the demand curve in case of this kind of good will not exist anywhere, but the demand curve will be rectangular hyperbola shape. Which shape? Rectangular hyperbola. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ percentage change in price ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ percentage change quantity demand ನಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು rectangular hyperbola shape of demand curve where PD equals to 1. So we can express as perfectly elastic demand as a PED as infinite. Perfectly elastic inelastic demand is PED is 0. More elastic demand PED is greater than 1. Less elastic demand PED is less than 1. So in case of a unitary elastic demand, so PED is equals to 1. So these are the 5 types of elasticity of demand, that to price elasticity of demand. But the same thing we'll discuss in the next coming another video session. What if you draw all these 5 diagrams in the same linear equation demand curve, then how it look like? That's the thing we'll discuss in coming next video session. For any of your doubts, you can contact me through the WhatsApp number, and the previous session of a video will be in the description bar. You can link it for additional information. Thank you.